shit that's cold. Alright, so I had my cold shower. I meditated. I prayed. And I did a quick workout. But I actually have a bio test today. So I gotta study for that. Yeah. Alright, I finished studying. I'm about to have the first meal of the day, which is Wheat Bix, and then I'm off to school to sit my exam, and then I'll see you guys after my exam. Alright, just got home, sitting down next to the swing to catch some sun. But the test was alright. But now I got a few things to check off my checklist. Few things to check off my checklist. But before that, I'm gonna make some food because I'm starving. Done and dusted, fam. I want to talk to you guys about something that I was focusing on yesterday, and I wanted to share with you guys today. So yesterday, I wasn't feeling really motivated to like study. I had a bio test today. I wasn't feeling very motivated to study for that bio test, and I felt like I was lacking discipline and everything. So I was watching this video from my man called Sedan. So I thought I'd share what I learned from him in this video so that you guys can also learn from it. His video was titled, "This is More Important Than Discipline." So I watched that video like two, three times and I started just binge watching his videos. And that actually started motivating me to start studying. So I wanted to share with you guys the things that he said in that video. So yeah. Yeah, so most of the things that he said in the video, I've already implemented into my own lifestyle for like a very long time, but I really like the way that he plans out his days. And that's what I started implementing into my life from today onwards, this morning onwards. I also want to share with you guys the thing he said about having the best daily routine. And what the best daily routine is the daily routine that makes you, that allows you to make the least decisions possible. So you don't have to make any decisions, you just have to show up. So how do you actually take away or limit the amount of decisions you make throughout the day? And that starts off with starting your morning routine from the night before. So all I gotta do is wake up, and instead of looking at the whole day ahead of me and getting overwhelmed, all I have to do is pick up my diary, open it, read what it says, and just do it. So let me give you an example, right? So last night I wrote 5 a.m., wake up, cold shower, meditate, pray, quick workout, and all that has to be done before 6:10. 6:10, I study for bio. 6:40, I eat, and then I go bathroom, pack bag, and that has to be done before 7:20. So the mistake I used to make when I was planning my days out was I used to plan out my entire day minute by minute, literally minute by minute. I used to have like every single like second of my day planned out. I knew what I was doing every single second of my day, which most people would say is a good thing. But here's the reason I didn't enjoy that. If for like, let's say something absolutely random came up and I had to do it, like for example, my dad said clean the house, right? That takes about like half an hour. That means I'm behind track, and that would like knock me off my rails, right? That's why I didn't like planning my entire day minute by minute, especially when you're just a kid living with your parents. Like absolutely the most random bullshit just pops up out of nowhere, right? So that's why I like the way he plans his day. He doesn't plan his day based on like minute by minute. He plans his day with a time and all the tasks that he needs to complete before another time. So if I repeat what I said, in between 5 o'clock and 6:10, I'm waking up, having a cold shower, meditating, praying, and doing a quick workout. So I have to complete all those tasks before 6:10. 6:40 to 7:20, I have to eat and pack my bag and basically get ready for school. And then 6:20, I'm leaving for school until 11:40. 11:40, I reach school. Oh no, 11:40, I reach back home. So 7:20, I leave. 11:40, I get home. And then from 11:40 to 7, I have to eat, study economics, edit video, record a video, which is what I'm doing right now, and eat dinner. And then 7 to 8, wind down. And then 8 to 9, I shower and plan for tomorrow and sleep. And I absolutely love the way he does this because it gives you a sense of control, but also not too much control. Because as I said in the beginning, you don't want to make any decisions. You just want to look at your diary, whatever it says, do, right? But it gives you just enough control where you can, if something random pops up, you still can recover from that. And additionally, another reason this is super good is this is a very dragged out example, but just bear with me, right? Let's say you have a exam 2 weeks from now. Oh no, not an exam. Let's say you have an essay that's due 2 weeks from now. You're not gonna start doing your essay because you have a million other things to do. So it's like a one in a million chance that you're actually gonna do your essay. But if you just sit down, then it drops down to only two options. Either you actually just stay where you are and do your work, or it's stop doing your work and get up. So that brings it back to the point of giving yourself like less opportunity, like less decision making. But if you don't take this approach of actually just sitting down and giving yourself only two options, then it's going to be like a one in a million until let's say it's the night before the essay is due. Then you get the sense of urgency, like, oh shit, I actually need to finish this. And that's the amazing thing about this routine is it gives you a sense of urgency because I have to complete all of these tasks before a certain deadline. So it gives you like this sense of urgency that really like makes you want to actually sit down and get it done. Now, and the reason you want this stress factor, especially in the morning, is because it spikes your cortisol level, which is your stress level. And spiking your stress level is beneficial for mobilizing fatty acids, mobilizing glucose in your bloodstream, make you more alert, help reduce the amount of melatonin in your brain from when you wake up. And cortisol is just going to rank up your whole body system, metabolism, cognitive function, neural activity. And this is beneficial because this huge spike in cortisol when you wake up, as it wears off throughout the day, it'll help you sleep better at the end of the day. Now, lastly, you want to plan your day based on friction. Now, what do I mean by friction? For example, replying to emails, right? That's a very low friction task because, like, it doesn't take long to just pull out your laptop and reply to emails, right? For me, at least. But something like doing your homework, right? That's high friction. You want to do your high friction tasks earlier in the morning than your low friction tasks. Another example I can give you is eating. Eating is a low friction task. You want to keep that after you finish your like your first friction task. For me, my first heavy friction task would be homework because I flipping hate doing homework, right? But I enjoy doing like work like this, right? I enjoy working on my business, my personal life, you know? So that's like less friction work. So I can do that later on in the day. Whereas, as I said, doing like studying is very high friction. So I keep that at the beginning of my day. And the last thing I want to touch up on is having systems. You need to have systems. So one of the systems I have that I'm copying from Sudan is deleting all my social medias the night before, and I'm not allowed to re-download them until I complete three non-negotiables that morning. Another system that he mentioned is turning off your notifications throughout your day. If you know that your phone, and I'll admit my phone is a big weakness for me. If you know your phone is a big weakness, get used to just turning off your notifications throughout your day. When you eat lunch, when you're just walking around, just get used to turning your notifications off and get less used to your phone, unless obviously it's for work. Another one he mentioned is delaying your first meal. There are two reasons you want to delay your first meal. The first reason is obviously because you're cutting back on the decision you're making. Because if you say, like, I'm not allowed to eat until 12, then that's already one less decision that you have to make when you wake up, because you know you're not gonna eat until 12 o'clock. So you basically have until like 12 to 2 o'clock to decide what you want to eat. So you have that decision made factor already put aside. The second reason is so you can focus on your friction heavy work. Believe me or not, it's proven though that working in a fasted state increases your productivity. So cutting back on the time that you eat, like since the time you wake up to the time you eat, will drastically improve the way you work. And especially when you've implemented the thing that I said before about putting your friction heavy work first thing in the morning, it will allow you to focus and concentrate more on your friction heavy work and get it done in the mornings. So I can explain this to you in a bit more detail from a Hamza video that I watched. He describes it as eating the frog. So what eating the frog basically is, let's say you have it's dinner and you have to eat this frog, like you have to. Would you rather eat the frog before your delicious dinner, or would you eat it after your delicious dinner? If you're smart, most smart people would eat the frog before the dinner, because you want to get rid of the taste of the frog with your delicious meal. But most people would say after, which is pretty stupid in my opinion, because you don't even get to enjoy your meal, because you're just going to be thinking about the frog. Like, you're going to be like, oh shit, I have to do this, I have to eat this frog, right? Like after my dinner. So you're not even going to enjoy the dinner, and on top of that, you're going to be left with a disgusting taste of frog in your mouth. So yeah, that's another way to try to explain it to you guys. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys take some actionable steps after watching this video, and hopefully you guys start planning your day the day before, and take some of the advice that I shared with you, because I think it will really benefit you guys.
But if you just don't allow yourself to have an idea about control, about seeking control, you don't give yourself the decision, okay, I feel shit, but I don't have control, I don't have a choice. And that's easier said than done. Like I said, it's a moral obligation. And it takes a lot of thinking, and it takes a lot of trial and error. You're gonna start your self-improvement journey, and it's not gonna happen straight away. It's gonna take 6 months, it's gonna take a year. Eventually, you'll get this right. And what is more important in discipline? This is what it is. It's wisdom. Like anything on the universe, the most important thing is just knowledge and wisdom. The more you can understand, the more you can learn and experience. Discipline is not gonna mean shit if you just know and understand it enough, if you just have the wisdom.